off prior to lunch. It's good to see the sun shining, and hopefully there won't be any more disturbances from rain. Been a little naughty, stopped the game twice, but now Blessing Rabbani into his 23rd over is going to start things off for Zimbabwe. Short pitch delivery to start off things, keeping the batters honest. We say it's a moving day, the third day of a test match. Well, at the moment, it's moving in the direction of the Bangladeshi team with that substantial lead so far. Still opportunities to add to that 177 runs. Oh, it's a good delivery.
Yeah, 23 overs in to this first innings for Muzarabani, and it's the first time he's bowling from the Dutch Bangla end into the Rocket end. Be interesting to see if he'll a similar amount of bounce as he has from the opposite end. You would have had some discussions at the lunch break with the coaches as to how best Zimbabwe go about wrapping up this innings.
But one thing, Tino, they've got to do is be very, very disciplined. Can ill afford to give scoring opportunities with wideish deliveries or long hops. It's got to be pretty precise to bowl within themselves and try and eke out a wicket. Just walking across to silly point for Shakib. Coming around. The time these two have had in the middle, it'll be quite comfortable for them to duck under. Nothing venomous with those short pitch deliveries until and unless they're really angled at your rib cage.
I'm impressed by Tanzim. He's looked technically astute, and he's dealt with those short balls at times better than some of the Bangladesh top order batsmen. Nice technique, gets behind the line of the ball. Certainly has shown some signs of bravery for a lower order batsman.
Yeah, we were mentioning earlier how these days there's a lot more of the bowlers really making a deliberate effort. It's the last ball, and the manner in which he gets right back in line could show that he's worked on his technique, his skill sets as a batter. Easy to duck under. Starts off with the maiden. It's 404 for 8. On a wicket that offers a lot of runs, Zimbabwe will definitely be disappointed with that first innings score. 227. Williams and Welch got the numbers, but could not convert them to big ones. And Bangladesh started off with a bang. Shadman getting his second century, and alongside Miraj, the tail is wagging. But they have to stick to their guns, cannot give up hope and wait for things to happen. Vincent Masakisa has been very impressive, this young man on debut.
Oh, nice.
Played the turn well, maybe a little slow in getting off the blocks. nice to see. I just mentioned that little stutter before they took the run, and immediately the two go across, have a little chat, get their communication sorted out. Slip in a gully for the leggy. Nothing flamboyant, just using the turn nicely, opening the face, soft hands, rotation of strike. Seem to be milking the runs, slightly uppish, but in safe areas.
Not afraid to give the ball air. Vincent, and that's where he's got a lot of his purchase from. Good catcher in the offside.
Now, Fuller, just not the shot of confidence. Not quite sure what he's going to play there. Once again, nicely behind the line. Reading that little bit of drift. No vicious turn, per se. Just making it a tad easier for the batters to negotiate. Quicker and a quick turn too. 407 for 8. Thursday, 9 wickets, with mostly the latter part, similar kind of situation on the second day. 291 runs. Just the lone wicket so far on day 3. First was Rabbani back on. 26th player in history to achieve the test double. Congrats to Mehdi Hassan.
Yeah, such an important cricketer for Bangladesh, and made himself that much more valuable with the work he's put into his batting over the last 4 or 5 years. We've seen him elevated to the top of the order in one-day cricket. We've seen him become a lot more dependable in the middle part of the innings, as we've seen today, the test match version of the game. Opened the batting successfully during the th edition of the BPL for a side.
Depended a lot on the short pitch deliveries. Troubled the batters, but I tell you what, more than many occasions, the batters have managed to just play down with soft hands. Evasion of that. But he's depended on a lot of high percentage of his delivery, even the last one that he bowled, on pitching the ball short. A lot of toing and froing in the field, changing Field round from the offside, strengthening the onside, a mid-wicket fielder going. The gully in position, and there will be one fielder in close proximity at silly point. That's where the short pitch deliveries will come into play.
Craig Irvin resorted to the normal defensive field now. The only close-in catcher in the cordon is the gully fielder. He's got a third and a sweeper riding the boundaries on the offside. And a fine leg and a deep square leg.
Lead now 182. It's aimed at the rib cage. That's the ploy he's employed quite well this morning.
So again, you just look at the field that's now set for Mahadia Sun Mirage. They've done well to go through that period when the close infielders were there for Muzarabani. It'll change a little bit for Tanzim, and one man will go under the helmet. But other than that, no other close infielders to Tanzim. It means that they've gone through that difficult period. And Zimbabwe now getting more defensive. Oh, now that's hit him. That won't be good. He's taking his eye off the ball.
Yeah, the protocol, concussion protocol will be affected. He just took his eyes off the ball and seemed to have hit him flush on the helmet. Seems all right, but want to make sure you see the nod of the head. It's okay. Have to go through the process. Talking about the short pitch deliveries, and this time around could not duck under. It's just the short pitch delivery. You see, just at the last moment, he's taking his eyes over, trying to evade. That hit him on the side of the helmet.
You know, it's difficult to keep your eye on the ball, especially when it's the bouncer that's been bowled at you, but it allows you to get your head out the way. Once you turn your head, you can't see where the ball is. Very difficult to get your head out the way. Hit him flush back of the helmet.
Yeah, and they also have these days, they have this little protection, two little flaps to cover the neck area just in case. Just misses the helmet, the back of the helmet, and gets to. But I noticed that he doesn't have that. Well, that is over. It's 410 for 8. It's been difficult for the Zimbabwean bowlers. Bangladesh have settled in nicely, taking this lead, but the shining light, of course, has been the young man, Vincent Masakese, 4 for 94, very economic rate, 3.76, which augurs well. But he's had a fight on his hand. He's shown us the prowess, the different variations. Still trying to break this partnership.
always good to see them smiling after they've had a blow to the head. And always good to see the young school children coming in. The way a couple of those have just dipped out of the frame, maybe they should be in a geography lesson.
But I understand that entry is free, so there's encouragement to come and watch Test match cricket, which is excellent from the Bangladesh Cricket Board. Same hairstyle as you, Tino, the little one.
His is by choice, though. Mine's not.
Well, we're still waiting for play to start. Just getting his bearings right, the two umpires. Madam Wasena, Richard Illingworth. Got the hats on. The sun's beating down. It's going to get touch warmer and a little more difficult in terms of the heat and the humidity.
It was a bit muggy this morning, and rain almost came down at that lunch break. But if the sun comes out, then does that help the rain go away, or?
Well, the rain goes away and then the sun comes out. It's the other way around.
Yeah, where I come from, if the sun comes out, it just gets the rain to come back, especially when you have that warm heat after the rain. So we're always better off in an overcast condition where conditions are cooler. Once the sun comes back, it just gets the clouds to rebuild. But glad that we haven't had too much time taken out of today's play.
Well, that's a look out of the stadium. The road on your left, you can see in the picture, leads to the Marine Drive, which takes you to the airport. We've come across there many times. Very picturesque area, and that's a look into the Bay of Bengal. A bit of geography around these parts. Tino? Yeah, it's just going through. You can see some boats there. These are mainly used by the fishermen. But as you pan left, you'll see in the distance there are some coasters. And these are ships used to offload from the mother vessels, which don't have the draft to come into the main port. So the big ships are in the outer anchorage. We've got a lot of little ships which offload from there and bring it into the port of Chittagong. Very busy port. That is the road I was mentioning. We're all set to go now. I like the way Vincent Masakesa being used by the captain. It's banked on him getting another breakthrough, giving him his 26th over. Has got a little too close to him to really have control over that shot. Had that, but well, he just tried to get a bit of bat to it, very close to the edge.
Yeah, there was a sound, but not a very convincing appeal from the wicketkeeper and Craig Irvin in the slip, who would have been best to hear it.
Oh, that kept on holding its line. A big appeal, and the dreaded finger has gone up, but immediately the review taken.
Yeah, spin vision when ready, please. Can you hear me? Spin vision when ready, please. Just rock and roll that, please. Can we get Ultra Edge when available? Thank you. Yeah, got a deflection there. Yep. Yep. Yeah, take it back one frame, please. Yeah, got a clear deflection. Ball on inside edge. Yeah, we're going to go back to Richard on field, please. Thank you. Richard, I've got an inside edge ball on the bat. You're on screen now. Please reverse your decision.
He has to reverse his decision, and Mehdi Hasan Miraj knew immediately that he had that faint little edge that was there. He thought he had got his 5-wicket haul. On debut, not to be.
You know, that's why he so confidently reviewed it straight away without even a discussion to his partner, Mehdi Hasan. He'll be eyeing that 100 mark. 20 more to go. He thought about 2. Masakadza Wellington, quick. The point boundary.
Having a little chat with the skipper. Look at it. Very quickly, it seemed that it was really going to hit. And I understand Richard Illingworth's thinking that it went straight, but it's just that faint edge. And it was immediately he went for the review because he knew, he felt that little bit of inside edge before it went on to hit the pads. Tanzim Shakib has done well for his 31, but this young man keeps on keeping the batters honest. Oh, that struck. Tremendous shot. A lot of power as it races away for Nexus Bay 4. 415 for 8. Bowlers now really made to work hard. The 73 runs partnership. Asakesa 4 for 99. But they'll be hoping that some mistake is made by one or of the 2 batters. Give them an opportunity to just put a stop to this lead that is looking very substantial now. Muzarbani bowls around. Persists with that back of a length delivery.
This is very well played from Mehdi Hasan. He stayed side on, and he's just been able to drop the hands when he sees the ball coming up there. However, I don't think a blow to the right shoulder is the best thing for him, with a lot of bowling to do in the second innings. But technically, as a batter, that is very good.
Absolutely. It's going to sting for a bit. You can see him just there, trying to just sway away. Ball got a little bit big on him. Just couldn't evade being hit on the right shoulder, chest area. You can see him flexing his hands, just loosen that strike. Oh, now it's forced him to play a shot that we wouldn't normally play at this point in time. Assistance with the short pitch deliveries. Guessing Muzarabani definitely thinks that this is the way to get one of these two batters out.
Mustn't give it away. He's worked hard, Mirage. And I wonder if that ball that struck him has just ruffled him a little bit. But he's done extremely well up until now. He's got 19 more. Got to keep fighting.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. That definitely ruffled him, has forced him 2 balls in succession. He's gone for that sort of a half-hearted hook at that one, attempted hook, attempted pulls, and he's not get anywhere near it. No, that's easy to negotiate. I think after those 2 bounces, something in the Yorker length area would be more beneficial to Muzarabani.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, hits him once, twice I've got him now to play unnecessary shots to short balls. So that might work for me, but the line on that one was not right.
Bowling around 134-35 clicks. Once again, similar kind of length, but this one played down nicely. Rides that bounce very well. I was just waving to the 12th man to say, I don't need that magic spray. I'm fine. There was a lot of resolute courage in that arena.
Yeah, he's got to keep moving it around, because what will happen is it'll stiffen up after the blow and swell up. And anytime he just keeps it immobile, and it just stiffens up a lot more.
Open source, এটা open source platform.
416 for 8.
এটার সাথে বাংলাদেশ পার্টনার আছে, পার্টনারশিপ আছে না?
Stark difference in wickets that have fallen. 9 on day 1, 8 on day 2, just 1 so far on day 3. But we have seen the trend that wickets fall in that post-tea session.
হ্যাঁ, বেলজিয়াম লুক্সেমবার্গে। এটা তো ওয়ার্ল্ড ওয়াইড
Success. Another Nexus Bay 4.
ইউএসএ আছে, মেক্সিকোতে আছে, হ্যাঁ বাংলাদেশে আছে।
Yeah, nicely struck. And you'll feel that Media Sun Mirage in this over will take whatever opportunities he can to score and get as close as possible to that 100. Sarabani made it rather uncomfortable for him in that previous over. That one finds the gap quite nicely.
Good ball. Appreciated by the keeper. You can see that. Immediately after being hit for 4, he's come back nicely.
বাংলাদেশের জাস্ট পার্টনার আপনার ওদের অফিস হচ্ছে যে ইন্ডিয়াতে। বাংলাদেশে কাজ করবে, এটা ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু নিজস্ব অফিস হচ্ছে ইন্ডিয়াতে। যেমন ধরেন আপনার বাসি ছিল না ইন্ডিয়াতে অনেকগুলা ইয়ার, হ্যাঁ সেম হচ্ছে এটা।
Just a quick leg break. First 2 and then a slow one. Nothing, another back of the hand.
O-double না?
to make things happen. Oh, flighted that ball, and it could not take full toll of it.
He's got away with that one. Masakesa. Just wonder if he's maybe just getting a little bit tired. Into his 27th, coming to the end of it.
Nice, Vinny. Good, Vinny. Good, Vinny.
Much better delivery to finish the 120th over. 4-2-1 for 8.
A very crucial partnership, this 79 they've put on together, followed by the 63 that Taijul and Miraz put up together. So this is actually the second highest partnership in this innings so far. Really complemented each other so well. Short, he takes the challenge, pulls it away. Oh yes, that one has wings on it. It is a rocket 6. Oh, trying one too many. This one had extra bounce. And that glare from Muzarabani, he's certainly not enjoying.
Lead by 200 runs. Yeah, disappointed Zimbabwe.
Good pace off on that occasion, nicely nudged. Will come back for the second. This is very good running between the two.
Not only his seized his opportunity to pick a few boundaries, but whenever there's an opportunity to convert those singles into twos, he's been very, very good in terms of running between the wickets. Excellent running. Just 5 away from what could be his second test match 100 for Mediason Miraj.
Oh, he's peppering away. He's peppering away, constantly challenging Miraz with that height.
And every time in this over, whenever he's attempted to bowl that short ones, he's taken the challenge. And again, once again, he's missed that. But he's not shying away to play a few shots here. He's already picked up a 6 in this over. There is a deep square leg and a deep fine leg also. But he seems very confident because if he does get hold of it, he thinks he can clear the field.
Not a bouncer on this occasion. Both the occasions back in Sylhet in the first test. Edison Miraz fell prey to Blessing Muzarabani. And he used this ploy, this very ploy of bowling short balls consistently at his body, challenging him to play the pull shot, making him uncomfortable. He's taken up the challenge here in Chattogram. Change of angle for Muzrabani as he shifts to over the wicket. Changes mind again. Comes back around the wicket. Sakib turns down the single on this occasion. 8 runs of this over. It's 4-2-9 for 8. Now, there's an interesting field setup for Tanzim Sakib. There's no mid-off, there's a long off. Sort of a short cover. Nicely shifts to the back foot. Works it away.
I say Zimbabwe will be disappointed because of the fact that they've only managed to pick up a single wicket so far on day 3. And that wicket came in the first session. And they gave away quite a few runs, 27 overs in the first session, 113 for 1.
Good finish, good finish.
Still pretty good conditions for batting. Raj finding ways to score runs on a consistent basis. He's now moved with that single to 96. What about the role played by Tanzim Hassan Sakib coming at number 10?
Hit it up, skied it, falls safe. One of those rare occasions where he did not seem to be in control. Masakesa was hopeful.
Yeah, he's lucky he gets away with it. Probably he was eyeing to hit it over the top of the fielder at mid-on. And it was against the turn. He gets a top edge, but falls at no man's land. Bit of a frustration for the bowler. Thought he could have gone on to pick up his fifer on 96. Miraj.
Mentioned, shoulders sort of dropping in the Zimbabwe camp. Reasons being, they've bowled 34.4 overs so far. Only one of them being a wicket delivery. That's the reason.